A few weeks ago, I snuck into the VIP section of VCon, a major NFT conference. It's run by Gary Vee, this super cringy guy. You guys have probably heard of him. The whole conference, I was getting brushed off, ignored by all these really important people that I was so excited to come and meet. So I went home that night to my hotel, and I remembered that everybody at the conference that was going backstage had an all-access black wristband. And so I went through my fanny pack, and I found a dirty, old, white wristband from Mexico EDC from years ago. I took a Sharpie, I painted it black, and you could fully still see Mexico EDC on there. It was the worst fake wristband ever. But the next day, I walked right into VIP backstage. And the second that I walk in, I look 30 meters to my right, and I see Baron frickin' Davis. And it's time to shoot my shot. And I scream, "Hey, Baron, I'm a frickin' crazy MIT grad that's gonna change your life." And he's cracking up, and his whole team's there, and they're all laughing. And I'm wearing heels at this point. I chase him down the hall on his way out, and I keep talking to him, keep engaging him. And he slowly starts to be way more interested because he realizes that I have something to say. How often does this happen to people like LeBron James, Baron Davis, top CEOs, where they have so many people that want to talk to them and connect with them, but they have no way of differentiating the real fans from the fake fans? I spent 5 years at MIT getting 2 degrees in electrical engineering and computer science. And over the last year and a half, I've spent understanding blockchain and Web3 to realize that Web3 is the answer to Baron's problem. This is why we're building Prestij, data-driven loyalty. We're going to use data and wallet metadata to understand fans and have a more holistic view of them, and be able to give this to businesses as a tool to do way better targeted marketing and advertising. And that's the smallest part. What we're really doing is creating gamified loyalty. If you reward the top of the food chain, your biggest fans, your biggest supporters, what is that doing? It's creating a system where everybody else wants a piece of the pie too. It's called FOMO. Gamification is everything. I'm not hypothesizing any of this. I validated this from Baron himself, from the leaders of the sports and the entertainment industry. Last week, I was hanging out with Mickey Maher, the founder of Dapper Labs. He told me there is an existential need for gamified loyalty and to understand fans better. When I was at Baron's NBA draft party that he threw in NFT New York, I talked to so many pro athletes that said the same thing. Let me tell you why this is important. Now, we are the ones at Prestij that are going to the CEOs and the pro athletes, and we're explaining, why do you need Web3? Why is this important? Why do you have to understand your fans better? Web3 is the new normal. My team and I all graduated here. We're the most crazy, risk-seeking nerds you will ever meet, from sneaking into VCon, to using that same fake wristband to get into a Steve Aoki after party, to building an NFT launchpad for Baron Davis in less than half a day. We are super builders and super thinkers. Our mission is to challenge these dumb monkey JPEGs and turn them into something that is far more useful for people like Baron and the leaders of the sports and the entertainment industry. The future is tokenized loyalty. The future is Prestij. Thank you.
Thank you. Love where the company has come to. So at Link Ventures, we have seen tons of fan engagement NFT Web3 plays. And so the key question is differentiation. How do you plan to differentiate?
So late 2013, everyone was focusing on updating protocols to add a new transaction type. What Vitalik did instead was create a general purpose operating system so that instead of having to update existing protocols, you could just create your own applications. Right now, everyone is so focused on Discord and on building communities through some online chat where I can say GM to Steph Curry. What we're doing is focusing on what people are already doing today in real life. People are already going to sports bars, going to games, connecting. We're going to engage these people even further simply by rewarding them with utility for things that they're already doing right now.
Yeah, so perhaps you can talk about the utility a bit, just also to give you guys a sense of the type of companies that we've looked at. They're interested actually not only on the LeBron James of the world, but the other 10,000 athletes that actually are not making the type of money that LeBron is, and they're trying to monetize their fan base. And the question is, okay, what is the utility? So how are you going to build in utility into the NFT platform?
So it's funny, this question was not planted, but it's great that you mentioned smaller athletes that aren't LeBron James, because there's been crazy NCAA changes last year that happened, right? And so college athletes are actually a huge focus point for us. And we're talking to the CEO of GSE, for example, who has a ton of amazing athletes that that get excited over like $1,000 of free pizza, right? And it's crazy that they're not able to actually reach these fans. So the actual utility that we can provide is, hey, come to this game and you can claim your free blank, whether it's free shirt, or maybe I get an extra pass the next time I come.
Front row seat.
Sure, if you want to talk about the VIP version, maybe you get a courtside seat. Exactly. There's different tiers.
How do you plan on building out the data profiles for the fans that you'd like to kind of provide additional utility for or access?
So the data tools, the biggest part of what we're doing, but the reason that this is hard is because Web3 adoption is incredibly early. And so right now, with a lot of our partners, we actually build in the NFT infrastructure and the launchpad, as I mentioned, for Baron, that creates that cycle of NFTs and wallet creation. And then eventually, we start to say, okay, we know that you like this athlete because we offered you an NFT to come to this game and you bit. Right? It's like who's biting which NFTs and learning what are the clusters, right? What is the graph of massive correlations that we have from each and every individual?
How do you plan on bringing the fans on the platform? So, you clearly could use the athletes themselves as marketing voices, and they are in charge of bringing on their fans, or how are you thinking about doing that?
Yeah, great question. So education is probably the first thing we thought about when we started this company. How are we going to actually get people to make wallets, right? And so I think custodial wallets are huge, but the problem with custodial wallets is that you don't teach anything about Web3 to those people. And so our goal on our platform, we have a full education section that has the step-by-step of how to create a wallet. And we just make this a super seamless process. I don't know if you guys have heard of how 11 onboarded some of their people. I mean, it was a nightlife project that totally crashed, but they attempted to hold people on the phone for 45 minutes and talk to them. And our version is like IKEA-style pictures, where we just make the process extraordinarily easy to actually make that wallet. And right now, people are trying to sell NFTs to get people to make wallets. Okay, you want me to do something and you're asking me to pay you for it? Now, we are literally saying, if you want this free thing, get a wallet and come claim it. So it's kind of a different perspective.
Yeah. Any questions? Yes.
Where can we find more information online about Prestige? Is it like a website or like our Twitter handle you guys have?
Yeah, it's Prestige with a IJ, prestij.io. That's our site.
Yeah, also, if you guys are interested in, just contact offline. We have everyone's email. Any other questions? Are you raising capital?
We are not raising capital, but we can keep people updated.